If you are a true New Englander, then
You're probably used to snow and ice, but probably not this much of it. Needham residents have already battled through difficult road conditions and shoveled off roofs during the month of January, and the snow continues to fall in February as well. But how much snow did Needham get? Joe Serratino tells us.
According to Blue Hills Observatory, as stated by Director of Public Works Rick Merson, January 11th was the second snowiest day on record since 1885, and as a whole, the month of January was the fifth snowiest month overall. The snowfall from the recent storm on February 2nd totaled at 31 inches, ranking 8th snowiest day recorded since 1895.
When we think in our era that the blizzard of '78 was, the high water, the high snow mark. In this case, we're only 2 inches below that with the current snowfall total that we had on the ground.
Storms are happening so frequently that there is little recovery time before the next one. One of the biggest factors is the effect this has on roads and traffic. Board members address their concerns.
I do think that probably one of the greatest difficulties, and there isn't a lot we can do at this point because there are so many intersections, is the visibility at the intersections, especially if you're coming out on a major road.
If the situation gets any worse than it was really about the end of last week, we will be talking about implementing a one-way street plan and implementing a lowered speed on local streets. So just so people have a sense that that might be coming.
We have to dig out the hydrants, and at some of the street intersections, because of the magnitude of the piles, some people may have trouble finding them.
If you look at a utility pole and you see a yellow band, it's a few inches wide, there is a number on there, I believe it's black. If you were to envision from the center of the pole radially out through that number, go out that number of feet, that the number that's been put on that band is the vicinity of where that hydrant would be located. And for those that are seeking catch basins, there's a white band around the utility poles.
Another concern is an overage of snow on school roofs and other buildings.
Up in the roofs, obviously, you hear about the number of roof collapses throughout the New England area, but the staff has been very forward in getting up on the roofs to identify where there may be problem locations.
And for all of those Needham residents who are tired of the snow, Needham Police Chief Tom Leary has a message for you.
We just hope that people will be patient, take a little extra time where they're going, and try to take a deep breath and realize that we may have a little bit more before we're out of this, and we appreciate their cooperation in keeping the streets and sidewalks as clear as possible.
For the Needham Channel News, I'm Joe Sorrentino.